Well, I'm honestly surprised John Cena didn't sue this villain for stealing his gimmick, because you can't see him. The Invisible Man. Once again, Universal is trying to build up its franchise with yet another classic villain. Only this time, the monster is all too human. Liz Moss, who puts out an amazing performance, is the abused spouse of a guy who really, really does not deserve all the things he's been given in life. He is a remorseless, practically soulless beast who wants control and submission. And even when you get to see him uh, at some point in the movie, he just looks like he's a living human rat. He looks like a rat. That's because he is a rat. Ultimately, Moss's character gets out of a bad situation only to end up in a worse situation. Because now, the guy whom everyone thinks offed himself is stalking her. And he's invisible. So, compound over compound, problem-wise. Now, at 2 hours, The Invisible Man 2020 is, it feels a bit long. There might have been parts that could have been snipped for time. But overall, the story itself, which is a bit too much of a slow burn, is solid. I mean, we see how the monster tortures this poor woman into being framed as big a monster as the guy she's running from. And no spoilers, but let's just say it gets bad. I mean, you're practically going to end up screaming at the screen, "Believe her already!" And that's mainly due in part to both actors. The guy playing the monster and Liz Moss. One is a believable sociopath. The other is a believable abuse victim who manages to overcome it. As for the rest of the cast, a cop and his daughter who help Moss's character, they're very likable. You almost want Moss and the cop guy to get together because she's already practically family. They just need to make it official. Then you have her sister and the monster's brother, who are a little bit unlikable, but you can tell they've been through some stuff. So it's not too horrendous, the way they act. Then you have various background characters who do their job. Enough said. Now for the effects. Man, have invisibility effects come a long way. There have been some good ones and some bad ones over the years, but this one was pretty superb. You literally couldn't tell where the guy was, and none of it looked like it was blue screen or green screen. It was that good. Um, the means by which the guy turns invisible, um, believable to a degree. I mean, yeah, technology has come a long way, but we might still be a bit far off from what was depicted, although the technology itself was fairly sound, if slightly fantastical. Um, as far as Universal monster movies go, Invisible Man 2020 is probably going to please far more audiences than the Dracula remake or the Wolfman remake and certainly more than the Frankenstein and Mummy remakes. And personally, I liked those films. Um, this film hits you where you live, really, because it shows the worst monsters being very, very human. Um, some of the people who watch this um, might get viscerally unsettled because they've been through similar circumstances. That's what makes this film so good. It is very real world, apart from the invisibility. Overall, um, I don't think many people will be dissatisfied with the 2020 remake of The Invisible Man. And if they manage to reboot the franchise again from this point, maybe maybe not going for fan service so much as real world uh, issues, they might be able to resurrect the Universal Monster movie franchise if they take a page out of this film's book. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, just because you're alone and paranoid doesn't mean you're actually alone, and does not mean the paranoia is unfounded. Make sure to look over your shoulder.